Let me briefly highlight the subject matter and the dominant themes in the poem Nightfall in Soweto by Oswald Mitshali. The subject matter in this poem is the terror, violence, and dehumanization experienced by South Africans living in Soweto under the apartheid regime. So here, Nightfall serves as a primary metaphor, symbolizing the oppression, police brutality, and constant threat of death given to those people living in Soweto. Soweto is a ghetto there in South Africa. The dominant themes in this poem are, number one, pervasive fear and vulnerability. Pervasive fear and vulnerability. In stanza 1, you'll see the poet saying nightfall comes like a dreaded disease. A dreaded disease. So for them, nightfall, instead of nightfall being a time of rest or relaxation, they see nightfall as what? A fearful, dreaded what? Disease. So here the poet illustrates how nighttime strips away human dignity, reducing the black residents in Soweto to helpless praise and a quarry haunted by the marauding beast. The marauding beasts here are the oppressors. The state authorities release at night to dehumanize those people living in Soweto. So you see fear as night approaches, their hearts will be engrossed in fear. They were fearful, they were vulnerable to the oppressive acts of those marauding beasts. The second theme is loss of safety. Loss of safety or refuge. You will see the poet asking, where am I safe? Not even in my matchbox house. So here, this poem explores the failure of the matchbox house. Its failure to provide security against midnight, the raids carried out by the state authorities at midnight. Even their matchbox house could not provide safety, security for them. And this emphasizes for them there is no safety for them anywhere. A matchbox house here gives us a picture of the kind of houses you see in a ghetto. So even those less sophisticated houses couldn't protect them, provide securities for them against the midnight raids of the state authorities. So you see them here losing the sense of safety or sense of refuge, which is still an aspect of psychological damage of oppression and violence. Then the next theme is dehumanization. Dehumanization. You see the poet lamenting. I say, man has ceased to be man. Man has become a beast. Man has become a prey, and so on. So the violence meted on those helpless victims there degrades both the oppressor and the oppressed. So the degrading here is not only felt by the oppressed, but also the oppressor. As you can see, the speaker is saying that man has ceased to be man. The oppressor has become a beast. The oppressed has become the prey. That is dehumanization. Man inhumanity to man. Then another theme here is protest and yearning. Desire for freedom, desire for safety, agitation against the oppression and violence meted on those people. So this poem is a powerful lamentation against a society that uses night as a weapon to unleash evil acts on their fellow humans. So here, the poet concludes by what railing, or the poet or the speaker, the speaker concludes by what causing the night, seeing the night as his mortal enemy. And you see the poet longing for daytime forevermore. Say, night, why were you even created? That I wish it to be what? Daytime, and daytime forevermore. That's the protest and the yearning. And this daytime is somehow symbolic. Is a representation of peace, justice, and what? Safety.